If you watched The King's Warden and cried at the end, you need to know something. That boy on the screen, he was real. And the movie only showed you half the tragedy, because nobody talks about his sister. The year was 1441, Joseon Dynasty, Korea. Queen Hyun-duk gave birth to a baby boy, Lee Hung-wee, but the celebration lasted less than a day. By the next morning, Lady Kwan was dead, killed by complications from childbirth. The boy who would become king never once heard his mother's voice. He had one person left who shared his blood, his older sister, Princess Gyeonghye. She was 7 years older. 2 children, no mother, raised inside the most powerful palace in Korea. Their grandfather, the great King Sejong, loved them deeply. Their father, Crown Prince Moonjong, sheltered them with everything he had. But one by one, the people protecting them disappeared. Sejong died, then Moonjong took the throne and died just 2 years later. In 1452, Lee Hong-wee became King Danjong. He was 12 years old. His sister was 19, and she was the only family he had left. Danjong was a king with no power and no protection, no queen mother, no grandmother, no one to shield him. So he did what any lonely child would do. He went to his sister. Princess Gyeonghye had married a nobleman named Danjong. Their home became Danjong's refuge, the only place where he could take off his crown and just be a little brother. But that home was about to become the stage for the worst night of their lives. In October 1453, Danjong was staying at his sister's house, and that night, his uncle, Prince Soo-young, surrounded the house with soldiers. He called it putting down a rebellion. History calls it the Gyeyu Jongnan, a violent coup. Soo-young's soldiers flooded into the courtyard with drawn swords. Loyal advisors were cut down where they stood. Princess Gyeonghye wrapped her arms around her terrified little brother, but she couldn't stop what was coming. From that night on, everything fell apart. Danjong was forced to hand over the crown, Soo-young became King Sejo, and Danjong was sent away, first demoted, then exiled to Yeongwal, a remote mountain town deep in Gangwon province, alone, 17 years old, with no way back. His sister couldn't follow him. She could only watch him disappear. Princess Gyeonghye's husband, Danjong, had tried to protect Danjong. That made him a target. In 1456, when loyal scholars attempted to restore Danjong to the throne, the Sayuksan incident, Danjong was connected to the resistance. Sejo showed no mercy. Danjong was sentenced to death by dismemberment, his body torn apart by horses pulling in opposite directions. His remains were never recovered. Princess Gyeonghye had to bury an empty grave. And she was pregnant. When Sejo heard that the princess was carrying a child, he gave a quiet and terrifying order. If it's a boy, kill it immediately. A son would carry the royal bloodline. A son could grow up to be a threat. But Queen Jong-hee, Sejo's own wife, secretly summoned the messenger. She said, "The last bloodline of King Moonjong must not be erased. Bring me the child, whatever it is. I will take responsibility for deceiving the king." The princess gave birth to a girl. The child survived. But the princess herself was now the wife of a traitor. Under Joseon law, that meant one thing. She and her children were stripped of everything, titles, palace, name, and made government slaves. The daughter of a king, the granddaughter of the great Sejong, became a slave. When a local official tried to order her around like a servant, Princess Gyeonghye stood up straight and looked him in the eye. She said, "I am the daughter of a king. I may have been sent here in disgrace, but you do not give me orders."
The official was so stunned, he gave her a private room and treated her with respect. Danjong died in Yeonghwal in 1457. He was 17. The official record says he took his own life. Almost nobody believes that. His body had no proper burial for 550 years. His name was erased from the royal records. For generations, it was dangerous to even speak his name out loud. But here is what history almost forgot. Before he was exiled, before he lost everything, Danjong asked for one thing. He wanted to see his sister one last time. Not for power, not for rescue, just to see her face. Princess Gyeonghye eventually regained her title. She lived to 39. She raised her son, Jongmi-soo, and her daughter through the darkest years of her life. Before she died, she left her son a letter. It said, "I have lived only for you. Now you must live for each other." Jongmi-soo went on to restore the family name. He served as a royal official and was eventually honored as a founding contributor to the Danjong restoration. He spent his life caring for Danjong's widow, his uncle's queen, until she died at 82. The last act of a family that lost everything, taking care of each other to the very end. Danjong was officially restored as king in 1698, 241 years after his death. Princess Gyeonghye's grave still stands in Gyeonggi province today. Visitors say the pine trees surrounding it all lean toward the east, toward Yeonghwal, where her brother died. Nobody planted them that way. They just grew like that.
Everything you love about K-dramas, it all really happened. The power, the betrayal, the love, the mother who died for her child, the sister who refused to kneel, the brother who just wanted to say goodbye. Korea's real history is more dramatic than any drama. Subscribe to Korea Untold. They forgot these stories, we won't. Before we go, this is a real poem written by Danjong himself while he was exiled in Yeonghwal. A cuckoo cries through the night. Its tears become the rain that falls. I cannot sleep. I think of her. He was 17 years old when he wrote this. He never saw his sister again.